All right, we're in Central Park. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Khrystyne, and I first met the amazing Robert on set, on Head of the Class.
On set. That's a bit of a stretch.
Well, not really.
Well,
Even
you
if
were on set.
The audience is on the set.
Okay.
So, obviously you were coming to see the show, and my family also always came to see the show.
Okay.
And they took a liking to you, took a shine to this young comedy improv guy.
Oh, I was super nerd.
I'm a super nerd. Though sometimes I am a crossover nerd.
What's a crossover nerd?
Crossover nerd is someone who's very much a nerd
Okay.
that also has tentacles into the popular people.
Oh, wow! I didn't know there was a word for that.
Well, I very likely have coined it, but that's always what I called myself because I was friends with the jocks.
Yeah.
And the student body presidents.
Okay.
As well as the math team.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah, so
I just realized I have a lot more television credits than I thought I did if I was on set for so many episodes of Head of the Class.
Yeah, you need to put that on IMDb.
What is that, like 10 or 15 I'm like him?
Challengingly, the character will always be audience member.
Yes! Yes!
But that's all right. It's worked. It worked for me.
Okay.
It's how we have a friendship. So,
all right.
So it's definitely a valuable role.
Of all the people I have interviewed, talked to on my trip,
yes,
your answer to that question was the one I was anticipating the most. I was like, how is she going to answer that question of how do we know each other?
How did I do?
Oh, that was great. That was perfect. It totally made sense.
Okay. That's how we met.
I was afraid of what you might say in that situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's it.
Okay.
The friendship has continued to grow through improv and comedy performance in general.
Yeah.
Or I would imagine we wouldn't still be friends.
Good point.
But that is how I know you.
Okay. Area 3. You're aware of this trip that I'm on.
Yes.
React to it in any way you see fit. That's one of my favorites.
I think it is a noble journey.
Okay.
And I'm thrilled that you are doing it.
Thank you.
I think it's a good thing for anyone and everyone to do if they have the means or the time or the willingness to configure such a trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish it was possible for more people.
Yes, me too.
I mean, like every time I go somewhere other than where I live and I encounter things that I don't know,
right,
or people I don't know,
correct,
I learn something about how the world works and it changes my perspective on everything.
Yeah, we always forget everything else that is happening while we are just trying to make it through our own day. And there are a billion cogs in the wheel that keep the wheel spinning. And I think it's important to partake as much as possible. I think part of the reason why parents or people who are parents, in my view, have such rich lives is because children force participation. And I think that participation is the key to happiness. So whether you're participating in your life or someone else's, it's always a positive.
I'm gonna have to spend some time contemplating that one. That's pretty deep.
That's what I say.
I mean, I know kids are also a source of anxiety. We're all doing the...
Yeah, but everything's also a source of anxiety.
Okay. Go with that. Run with that.
Go with that.
Talk to me about that.
I choose not to have too much anxiety over it. If I'm not actively doing something to change it, then I don't allow myself to have anxiety over it. I feel like it is pointless to live in a pool of worry if you're not willing to take the actions to make the change towards what you want it to be.
Okay.
So, nuclear energy is something I have anxiety over, and I have taken some actions, but I want to do it on a larger scale. Addiction in the world is a source of anxiety for me, but I have taken some actions to help people through it. I was telling you earlier that I think the opposite. I saw someone else say this in a conversation where they were saying the opposite of addiction is connection.
Right.
And I'm a big proponent of a connected life.
Yeah, me too.
So I try to foster that wherever possible. But also I just want to start a pollinating garden in my neighborhood where I live in California part-time. I've hatched a plan to get everyone on the block to plant pollinators because I have anxiety over the bees. You know?
Yeah.
So those are stuff on a global context. And even work as an actress. I used to have a lot of feelings around how much I was working, the prestige of what I was working on or who I was working with. And fortunately, I've been able to grow up through that, past that, meaning through, meaning past. And now we live in such a create your own work world that I think that's been able to lift, quote, anxiety around artistic work.
Okay, that's another one I'm going to have to spend some time contemplating. You are far more well versed in the entertainment industry than I am.
Okay.
I mean, I know some, but I mean, you've been in it for most of your career, for your entire career. So there's always these pearls of wisdom that I pull out of what you've said, and not knowing where my career is going next.
Right.
I find myself in a lot of what you just said.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with that right now. I mean, I want to ask, well, how do you grow past that, grow through that?
Right.
But I'm still very much in what the people around me are doing, how I relate to that, who you're working with, how you get involved with it.
Right.
Do you wait to be invited? Do you try to book yourself? I mean, I'm interested in you going further with those ideas.
Excellent. How much cell battery do you have left?
Oh, good Lord. I don't know.
All right.
It hasn't said we're
Yes.
dead yet.
I think this is probably for another conversation.
Okay. All righty.
Hit me up.
All right. Anything you want to add in closing?
Just if anyone is watching this, just be well and take actions to stay well. And if living a connected life interests you, reach out, find those connections,
All right.
or fortify the ones you already have.
I think I'm the only one watching any of this person,
Well,
honestly.
then, this is from me.
All right. Say goodnight, Khrystyne.
Good night, Khrystyne.
Yes.